When I was 9 months pregnant, my baby daddy body slammed me because I found out he was messing with my cousin. This is a true story, y'all. It's therapy, and it's helping me. All right, I cannot fabricate this for nothing. Now I'm talking about...
Okay, y'all, do a story time with me on how my cousin left me with her baby, abandoned her, never came back for her, and when she finally tried to come back for her, I said, you can get her.
Story time on how I found out my ex was DL and went to jail. So let's start off by saying this is an ex from like 2 exes ago. Your girl couldn't stay out of a relationship. But
Let me tell y'all about the time me and my baby daddy used to sell our ass together. This is a true story, this therapy, and it's helping me. All right, so now the baby daddy I'm talking about my second gay baby daddy, the one that...
These stories are wild. You will not believe what happened. If you enjoy crazy, unfiltered story times, show some love by liking the video and subscribing. That's all I ask. Now sit back and enjoy.
When I was 9 months pregnant, my baby daddy body slammed me because I found out he was messing with my cousin. This is a true story, y'all. It's therapy, and it's helping me. All right, I cannot fabricate this for nothing. Now I'm talking about my second baby daddy, the one that drive trucks, that sell ass, that got the Cambodian dick implant because he was 3 inches. All right, so now my cousin, they call her Strawberry. This is actually her name, Strawberry, because she, you know what I'm saying, she'll bust it wide open for a strawberry shortcake, especially the ones from Publix. All right, so now my cousin, her name is Strawberry. Let me give you a description of my cousin, all right? Now my cousin, she like 5'8", light brown, banging body. I'm talking body off the chain, bow-legged, everything. But she like a man with a bow tie. She always wear bow ties, and she like a man in the face. Her and her mama and her 2 sisters, they all wear bow ties, and they look like men in the face. All right, so now my other cousin ended up calling me when I was 9 months pregnant. Okay, so my other cousin, we gonna call her No Hands because the bitch ain't got no hands. Like, they gone. Like, kid you not, this is true. I'm not trying to talk about her, but she real messy. All right, so my cousin with no hands, let me give a description of her. She ain't got no hands. She got dreads in her head. She like 5'11". She stout, like dark skin, and she's gay. Now, she lost her hands because she was, true story, everybody know about who I'm talking about. Her girlfriend weighed about 400 pounds. The house ended up catching on fire, and my cousin, No Hands, had to catch her like a 2-story building. She ended up landing in my cousin's hands. The shit went, I don't know, somehow they had to cut bitches off. Kids now, she got gangrene and they fell, I don't know, they flip-flop, I don't know. But anyway, this is true. All right, so my cousin ended up calling me. How she called, I don't know. That's what everybody's trying to still figure out to the date. How the bitch dialed my number with no hands. Everybody knows she called you. She on some bullshit. Something bad to happen. Everybody know this because she got no hands. The bitch unhappy. All right, so she ended up calling me one morning, and she ended up telling me, she was like, cuz, she said, where you at? I already knew there was a motherfucking problem, right? So I was like, shit, I never forget. Now, I was in Montgomery Mall, stealing out of a store called Parisian. Me and my sister Dimples. Dimples, you know I ain't lying. We was stealing that morning. It was like, I can tell you the exact time, around about 10:30. Montgomery Mall opened up like 10 o'clock. We wanted to be there early to go ahead and steal our shit from my Parisian, you know what I'm saying, get gone. So I ended up telling my cousin, No Hands, I'm like, shit, I'm in the Montgomery Mall, you know what I'm saying, I'm stealing right now. What's up? I already knew something was bad, right? So she ended up telling me, she was like, man, you need to hurry up and go check on your baby daddy. I was like, why did you check on my baby daddy? She was like, shit, I seen him in Publix with 4 strawberry shortcakes. So in my mind, I already knew what time it was. Everybody know my cousin, Strawberry. She'll bust it open for strawberry. She was running a 2-for-1 special that day. Because if you got it from Publix, she was doing 2 dudes at one time. Kids, you not, y'all, this therapy, and it's helping me. So my cousin ended up telling me, I said, you a motherfucking lie. She's like, I kid you not, cuz I wouldn't lie to you about shit. So she ain't no lie now. She said, I'm tell you how. She said, I'm tell you I know it was him. She's like, he looked just like Danny Glover. She was like, he got the lines in his face, the big ass 4 dreads. She said he was in line, and I walked him out the store. She said, I walked in the store, and he got in his blue pickup truck with the yellow stripes going down in the front of it, a Dodge Ram. I said, oh, I knew she went fucking lying. She said, cause he was with this gay girl they called Lucy. Lucy got a shot house. Hold on. Lucy got a shot house in Ridgecrest. Now, Lucy said Lucy had some cakes too. I was like, what the fuck? So I ended up telling my sister, Dimple, I said, man, fuck this shit. We gotta go. So boom. End up motherfucking jumping in this Dodge Durango right here, been through some shit. End up jumping in Dodge Durango. My sister Dimple, she mad as fuck because we couldn't get the shit, whatever. We couldn't steal, man. Fuck all that. So I ended up dropping her off. So I ended up, go ahead and make this kind of fast. I ended up calling my baby daddy phone, Danny Glover. We call him Danny Glover. Y'all already know why. I ended up calling his phone. Went straight to voicemail. You have reached Danny Glover. Right now, I'm busy cutting hairs. Call me back. So I'm shaking the shit. Woo, driving this motherfucker. This bitch can't go past motherfucking 60. Kid you not. The fast and go. So I'm matching the bitch to the fucking floor. Shaking the shit. End up motherfucking pulling up to the barbershop. All of a sudden, the barbershop, I'm going ahead and tell you the barbershop. The name of this barbershop is called Hood Boys. The owner is Hood Boys. Hood Boys, you know I ain't lying. On Fairview, you know I ain't lying. We always had some shit going. Me and Danny Glover, y'all always, I'm talking about everybody knew what time to come around because we were going to put on the show. Kids not. We were going to show our ass. All right, so end up pulling that up because my baby, okay, hold on, I'm going to take it back. Okay, Danny Glover, he was cutting hair back in the day. He was cutting hair when I first met him. So my baby daddy, he was cutting hair on Fairview back in the day. Fucking people up, charging them $5, just fucking you up. Alright, so I ended up pulling up to the barbershop. All of a sudden, the motherfucking door's locked. I see you. I fucking see you in the barbershop, bitch. You got the door closed on me. And you live with me. And we ain't had no motherfucking problems. So I knew, in my mind, I knew something was funny. So I jumped, I'm motherfucking pulling on the door. The motherfucking door went motherfucking open. I said, on the motherfucking door. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Take it back. I'm lying. All right. Now, before I even went to the barbershop, I went to my apartment in Sherwood. Sherwood, everybody know what Sherwood is, by Southland. I went to my apartment in Sherwood, grabbed all his motherfucking shit, put the shit in a box. Drove up to the barbershop. So I got the car, I'm pulling on the motherfucking door. He ended up, it was Danny Glover, my baby daddy Danny Glover. He was cutting a cuff in my head. Hood Boy, you know I ain't lying. It was Hood Boy and two more other dudes. So I'm pulling up, it's around about 12:30 in the afternoon, right? Hey, so I pull up, get out, put on the door. He went on the door, he just couldn't do hair. La. So I said, on the motherfucking door, I said, Danny, on the door. Get the fuck away from the door, you whore. Get away right now, whore. So I'm like, nigga, let me the fuck in. So he wouldn't let me in, right? So I knew then what was said was true. So I happened to motherfucking look closer because you can see through the barbershop, right? I see one motherfucking strawberry shortcake. Now, my cousin, no hands, said he had 4. Kids, you not this therapy, and it's helped me. Say he had 4. So this motherfucker, so he fucked. And 2 more of his homeboys, my cousin too. All right, cause hold on, wait a minute. So if it was 3 of them, goddamn, that means goddamn 6 of them. So that means everybody in that motherfucking barbershop done hit my motherfucking cousin. All right, so now y'all wondering where my cousin was at. My cousin, come to find out, the bitch was in Motel 6, you know what I'm saying, running her motherfucking special. And they said motherfucking the Publix on Ann Street, you know I ain't lying. So that bitch will blow out, sold out of every motherfucking strawberry shortcake they had because they were buying it for my motherfucking cousin. She had a 2-for-1 special, all right? So I'm motherfucking shaking the shit. He went on the door. All right, so Hood Boy sitting, okay, the barbershop. My baby daddy, he right here. I can see him. He couldn't have hid the schoolboy sitting out with 2 other dudes. So I motherfucking go to the car and I grab I come to this car here and I grab his motherfucking tote, right? Now inside his tote, you already know, you know what I'm saying, his dick, he had a penis pump from Amazon. He had a green penis pump from Amazon. A green penis pump that was filled with white stuff in it. You already know what I'm talking about. And he had this motherfucking magic blower. The magic blower, you look on Amazon. The magic blower, once you clamp it to your penis, it swells it up 3 times the size. So I pulled out. So I knew this was going to embarrass him, right? So I pulled out the motherfucking penis pump. I said, bitch, hey, your penis pump. And he said, oh, not my delicacies. Not my delicacies. anyway, so I start picking up. I'm looking over at Hood Boy. Hood Boy laughed so hard. Him and his homeboy. Lord, no, God, no, I ain't lying. This therapy, y'all. And it's helped me. No, seriously. So I pull out his pinch pump. I throw that bitch. Boom. Green pinch pump. God, no, I ain't lying. Lime green. All right, so when I got to the motherfucking magic blower, the one that inflate his penis, he said, "You done it now, whore. You done it now." I knew that bitch was gonna motherfucker on the door. So I closed my eye, y'all, like, oh shit. I said, we finna fight. Now he can fight. So he on the door. I said, oh shit, fight time. So I closed my eye and I just start swinging. Man, this motherfucker snatched me in by my little gold ball ponytail. I had dipped me a gold ball ponytail. It took me 2 hours to do that little bun on my head. That bitch snatched me in. "You done it now, whore!" And snatched the ponytail out of my fucking head. Threw me to the ground. Bop. Threw me to the ground. I'm motherfucking trying to fight him. Next thing you know, I said, "Motherfucker, let me go." I done did a full motherfucking pee on myself. I pissed my fucking self. So he let me up, right? So I had some orange little shoes. Never forget, some orange little shoes I bought from Walmart for $5. That was on sale, bitch, regular tail, real thin, paper thin. So when he let me up, he ended up, "You going to jail, whore? You going to jail? What the fuck are you trying to do?" I said, "Bitch, you done fuck my motherfucking cousin Strawberry." "No, I didn't, whore. I don't even know the whore, and I don't even like her. You's a fucking liar. I heard she had so much coochie hair, she can make a fucking ponytail. A ponytail, you whore." How the fuck you heard that, my nigga? Unless you done had her. So I already knew he was fucking lying, right? So the motherfucker, kid you not. So the motherfucker, Hood Boy and them over there in the corner laughing on some, they laughing their ass off. I done did a full piss on myself at 9 months pregnant. Now, kid you not. Now, this was in March, kid you not. It was March, right before I had my baby. That motherfucker go and walk back over towards, "Hey, somebody dial 911 right now. My phone is dead. Dial 911, this fucking whore. You got me fucked up, bitch." I said, "How I got you fucked up, Danny?" And there's motherfucking strawberry shortcake right there, bitch, over in the fucking corner. So he like, "I got this right here for my lunch, and I was gonna bring you one too, you whore. You stupid whore." So I said, "Oh, no, seriously." So he ended up going back over to the dude half, cutting the dude half. I cannot fabricate this for nothing. Man, I took out my motherfucking $5 fucking Walmart shoe. Threw it. Bah! Miss motherfucking Danny Glover. I hit his motherfucking customer in the head. Fuck! The customer, he said, "Oh, you did that!" Bitch dropped his fucking clippers. Ran back over toward me. I said, y'all help me. Nobody trying to help me. This bitch picked me up. Bam! Body slam, bitch. I'm sorry, right on my side. Kids, you not, this therapy and it's helping me. I couldn't move for shit. So I said, I heard, "Oh shit, man, what you did?" Here go Danny Glover. "I'm going to fucking jail. Oh my God, I'm going to jail. This whore. Somebody help me. I'm going to jail." This bitch go out to my car. Take the little knob. You know I ain't lying. You can't make shit like this up. Took the knobs off my motherfucking tires and threw the bitches. And then he motherfucking ran. So Hood Boy comment on, anybody know that how me and Danny Glover were fighting on Fairview at Hood Boy Barbershop? Please comment so people can know I ain't lying. All right, so Hood Boy ended up, you know what I'm saying, calling the paramedics because I still was laying on the ground. So the paramedics came. They took me to the hospital. I was all right. I ended up having my baby. The next fucking day, kids, you know, with a black eye, body also. I ended up signing a warrant on Danny Glover. This bitch had his motherfucking daddy come and motherfucking pick him up from Columbus, Georgia. His daddy drove from Columbus, Georgia and picked him up. And he was up there because he knew he had a warrant. So he wasn't even there doing the birth of our fucking baby. But no, seriously. All right, just to let y'all know I ain't lying. Strawberry, I'm going to do a story time on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up and you filed for that, but it's all good. But anyway, that's story time. My baby daddy, Danny Glover, body slam because he fucking my cousin. But look, I'm your girl, K. Siobhan, man, and I'm out. Mwah. Let me tell y'all about the time me and my baby daddy used to sell our ass together. This is a true story. This therapy, and it's helping me. All right, so now the baby daddy I'm talking about my second gay baby daddy. The one that I call Danny Glover, drive 18-wheelers, sell his ass all across the U.S. Now, this was a long time ago. It was back in 2022. Now, Danny had just got out of prison. He did a year and a day. And I had just lost my job. I was working at Walmart. Like, never forget, working at Walmart. Lost my job because Good had beat my ass real bad. But they ended up finding me. They told me, had I would have stuck with her, I probably still would have had my job. Bullshit. In the process of suing them right now, that's a whole nother story. All right, so boom. And now, I'm going to make the story pretty quick. So, never forget, we sit in the living room watching Animal Kingdom. That's Danny's favorite show. Everybody that know about Danny, they know Danny love Animal Kingdom. So we sitting out, we watching Animal Kingdom. And you know, he ended up, we had no money. We had nothing. We got 6, now taking mine, we got 6 kids together. 3 of them, you know what I'm saying, by him, and the other 3 I got by my first gay baby daddy. So we sitting down, we watching TV. And he ended up, you know what I'm saying, telling me, he was like, babe, I got an idea. And I'm like, shit, what's up? He was like, you know what? You know, we don't have any money, so I got an idea. I feel like maybe if, you know what I'm saying, I end up getting some money for the studio, you know, and I feel like I can sing better than Ray J, and I get some money for the studio, we can make it out the projects. So, shit, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, shit, he might be on something. So I'm like, boom, say less. So, but how we gonna get the money? I lost my job. You ain't got no job. Don't nobody want to hire you because of your background. So we sitting there thinking, now the whole time he already had what he wanted to do. He already knew. He knew what he wanted to do. So he ended up telling me, he was like, okay, you know, it might sound strange to you, but I'm letting you know now, I'm not gay. You know I'm not gay. No, seriously. You know I'm not gay, but I'm doing this for the family. I'm taking it for the team. Okay, how about we set up an account and we start selling our ass? So I'm looking at him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no the fuck, this motherfucker. God, no, I ain't lying. So I'm like, no the fuck, he ain't talking about we sell our ass to get like it's even. So I ended up telling him, I said, so you want me to sell my ass and you just pimp me out? He was like, no. See, there you go. You're not fucking listening. You're not listening. Okay, I said, sell our ass together. They don't want your vagina. You got 6 kids that came out of your coochie. You did not have 1 C-section. They don't want your vagina. They're going to want your ass. And I'm willing to sell mine too. I'm taking one for the team. So, now taking mine. We watching Animal Kingdom. He just got out of prison. He did a year and a day. For like I said, I don't even talk about what he did, but it was stupid. But he did a year and a day. Like a dummy, you know what I'm saying? We needed money real bad. So I'm thinking like, shit, maybe he not really gay for real. Like he really doing this for us. Shit, I'm down. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get my ass up anyway. I'm a hoe anyway. So bam. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and do it. But I didn't really want to sell my booty hole. I was going to just get my coochie cat up. But he said I had 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? He playing my head and stuff. He said my coochie cat, I don't need to sell that. I need to sell the booty hole. The booty hole way better. So anyway, so I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? How we going to do it? So, you know what I'm saying? We rolled out, I kid you not, we rolled out a list, right, of like what we want to do, who we want to do it with, how much we was going to charge together. All right, so we end up, kid you not, we end up going to this restaurant. I ain't gonna say the name of the restaurant, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you his name, his name, the man, Asian man name, the first customer, Chong Lee the 12th. Chong Lee the 12th. That's all I'm saying. Anybody in Montgomery, Alabama know Chong Lee? You know what I'm talking about. That's the first person we did, right? All right, so we end up tell you how it happened. So we end up going to Chong Lee restaurant, and we end up getting, you know what I'm saying, it was all you can eat, but we had to get the plate, and we piled the plate up to like the max, like we holding the shit on top of, you know what I'm saying, on the plate. Kids, you not God know this therapy, and it's helping me. So we holding the plate, you know what I'm saying, the top of the plate with our hand mashing the food down, because we had to feed all 8 of us, my 6 kids, me and Danny. So Chong Lee, he saw that, you know, he came over, and Kids Night came over. It was like, is everything all right with you? Is everything good? Kids Night, he was like, is everything good with you? So I'm looking at, you know what I'm saying, Danny was like, can I hold you for a second? So him and Danny go out to the back. So Danny come back and tell me, he was like, okay, we got us one. So this how dumb and slow he was. We called the customers venue. We like the vendors, my bad, the vendors. We call them vendors. I don't know. We thought we was professional. We thought we was doing some shit, but I don't know. But anyway, we call them vendors. So he said, we got our first vendor. So I'm like, shit. I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? So what he want? I said, so who do he want? And so we ended up calling Chong Lee. Chong Lee had said that, you know, he wanted to go by who ass was the fattest. Kids not. He wanted to go by who ass was the fattest. Back then, I felt like my ass was probably a little bit smaller than, you know, Danny Glover. But anyway, so Danny Glover won, so Danny Glover had to give his ass up. So we met Chong Lee in the parking lot of his building. I'll never forget. Met Chong Lee in the parking lot of his building. I didn't have to do nothing. I just, had to stand off to the side, making sure, like, when no police is coming around, Danny, he in the back of Sean Lee Honda. Sean Lee had a Honda. He in the back of Sean Lee Honda giving his ass up. This is about a good 30 minutes. That first custom we made, I want to say $45. $45. So boom, we were happy. Had gas money, so we were happy. So we was like real happy. So I asked, Danny, I was like, how your ass feel? Do it hurt? And he was absolutely, it hurts really, really bad. I'm gonna have to go ice it up right now. I gotta go take me a cold bath. Got home, he ain't take no bath. He lied, ass went straight to bed. So that's how I knew that Danny been busting up. Plus, I knew in my heart that he was, that way because, when I said do it from the back to him, his booty hole was the upside down pound cake. I can't lie to y'all about nothing. But anyway, so boom. So that was our first customer. So we started, going up to people, going up like to different men and telling them what Danny sold. Fuck that. Danny sold way more ass than me. Like, they wanted Danny more than they wanted me. I don't know why. I guess a lot of people just gay, but Danny sold his ass way more than me. I really didn't want to do it. I did a few times. I sold my ass out of the 5 months that we was doing it. I sold my ass probably like a good 6 times. About a good 6 times. Danny did it like 60 to 65. Throughout the whole 5 to 6 months, we made about a good $500. No, I'm lying. We made about a good $600, right? We made about a good $600. But we stayed going to this hotel. Everybody know the hotel I'm talking about on Troy Highway called Do It With the Lights Off. The motel called Do It With the Lights Off. They really ain't no fucking lights in there. They don't pay it. But anyway, we was paying every week. To meet up there with our vendors. We met with our vendors every week up there. And we paid like $40 a week. The man, he knew us, Ashish. What's up, Ashish? Ashish knew us real good. We became like his number one customer, whatever. So we would meet them up there, and then it would sell his ass. But like I said, I would do it sometime, but they didn't really want me. Now, we had one that wanted me and Danny both to, do him together. But I went down with, Danny wanted to do it. The man offered, I think at that time, he offered probably like $90. He wanted $90 for an hour and 30 minutes for both of us. So Danny said, I'm down. I don't care. Fuck her. I'm down. I want to do it. I backed out. I didn't do it. But anyway, he ended up getting Danny for that hour and 30 minutes. He ended up getting Danny $35. That covered the hotel room, do it with the lights off. That night, it covered that amount. Boom. So fast forward. Stuff started getting better, started getting a little bit better, but I got tired of seeing Danny do it because I felt like I knew in my heart that he was enjoying it. I knew he was enjoying it, like he was going too much. So I like, shit, we coming up with this money. Now we got money for the studio. Yeah, I'm taking it back. So I ain't gonna say him now, you cool as fuck, but you did us dirty. That the guy that we was going to the studio, Danny would start giving him, his too. He was giving it to him too, instead of us paying the $10 for the studio. But he started trying to be bougie and trying to go up. He started getting the $10 from us and taking Danny. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I would say your name, but you cool as hell because at least you told Danny the truth. Because when he started singing One Wish and everything, and you said he sounded like SpongeBob underwater and it was fucked up, you told Danny the truth, even though Danny wanted to fight you behind it. But you know what I'm saying? I respect that. But anyways, boom. But yeah, so after that, okay, we end up going, we both, it's on the record, we both end up getting locked up for selling our ass together. We end up selling our ass to undercover. And that's the crazy part. God knows, I want to sue y'all. If you are undercover police officer, why would you still take my baby daddy ass? If you undercover, why would you still take his ass and then lock him up? And then when we trying to sue y'all making threats and shit. But anyway, we end up getting locked up because, Danny had sold his ass to undercover. The undercover actually took his ass, but then took us both to jail. But anyway, that's a story about how we sold our ass together. That's true. I'm your girl, K. Siobhan, and I'm out.
Okay, y'all, do a story time with me on how my cousin left me with her baby, abandoned her, never came back for her, and when she finally tried to come back for her, I said, you can get her if you can meet me at the police station with the defects, the social workers, and the police and stuff. And she said no. And I said, okay, that's fine. But then she posted me on Instagram and said I was a kidnapper. So let's get into a story time. How she abandoned her daughter and then said I kidnapped her. Okay, cool, y'all. This crazy. Okay, let's start from the beginning. And I'm gonna post receipts and everything, pictures and everything, recordings and everything. So let's get into it. So let's start by, it started by mid last year, so mid 2025. My daughter is 5 years old. And she has lived in Chicago, Iowa, Georgia, California, and more places since she's been born. So this all started mid last year. They sent the baby off to live with a family friend in California. So her and her uncle both went to California to live with a family friend. And the whole time, like, he was out there, he was calling me and was like, when I get back down to Georgia, can you help me with the baby? Because the mama is just the mama she wants to be. Like, I'm like, of course, I got you. So they come back in town in November, and right off the bat, he brings her to me. He drops her off to me. He said he gonna try to get his life together first, so he can get a place they both can move into. And I said, okay, cool. Boom. But he drops her off to me, and it was for a couple of weeks. The mama don't even know they back in town yet, for one. So the baby's with me, and the mom don't even know she's in town yet. But the whole time communicating for me to get her, it was through the uncle. Okay? So she was with me in November, all the way up to like the end of December, when it was around Christmas. The mama was like, okay, I guess they wanted to have Christmas with her. They had Christmas with her right after that in January. She came back with me. The uncle finally told me, okay, I'm gonna give them your number so they can start, the grandma and the mom can talk to you. And I'm like, okay, cool, because he told me he gotta go, he gonna run. So now he left the baby with me, and I'm talking to the grandma and the mom. So the mom was like, yeah, I'm about to turn myself in. Mind y'all, she's on a run for sex trafficking minors. She tells me, I'm about to turn myself in. I want my baby to be with you because I know you will do right by her. I know you and your mom will do right by her. So she was like, because only if your mom raised me, I wouldn't have ended up the way I ended up. And I'm like, that's real. And I'm like, I got you. So boom. So that was that. She hit me up. She texted me and was like, can I see my daughter one last time? Because I'm going to turn myself in the morning. I said, yes. But before that, the grandma ends up texting me and saying, hey, can you bring me the baby back? I said, hey, I just talked to Jalea. That's the girl name. That's the mama name. I just talked to Jalea, and she told me she would like for me to keep the baby while she's about to go turn herself in and she goes through this transition. That was all I said. She said, I'm the grandma, I'm the mom. I said, what goes around here, this and the third. Now I don't have nothing else to talk to you about because I already talked to the mama. You're not the guardian of this child, so I don't need to even talk to you. So I stopped talking to her. Boom. That was that. Jalea asked me, can we meet up? Can I see her one more time? Because I'm going to go turn myself in the morning. I said, yes. Mind you, she asked me, can I do her hair, do her some braids before she turns herself in? I'm like, I can't. Like, I don't have no time. But we can set something up where we can all meet before you turn yourself in. We all meet up. So we all meet up, and we're having each other required. We say, you got this. Go handle what you need to handle so you can come back and turn your life around. The grandma pops out of nowhere and was like, bring me the baby. Bring me my baby. Bring me my baby. Mind you, Jalea gave the baby her last kiss. Gave the baby to us. We put the baby in the car. So when the grandma came around the corner going crazy, we pulled off. Like, why would we sit here and talk to you like you're crazy? Mind you, the grandma is also on the run, and she's like a crackhead. So you don't argue with a crackhead. So yeah, this is the picture of the grandma, and this is her charges when she first went around in 2020. Yeah, you can look up their names and you can see it's way more stuff too. Oh yeah, we pulled off because like it's really nothing to talk about. We talked to the mom, just said her last goodbye. She finna go turn herself in the morning. That's that. So this was like the next day. She texted me and said my mom made me to give her full custody of the baby. I'm like, I don't know if this her texting or if this the grandma texting or the mom texting. But I'm not texting back no more because we already had the full conversation. So I'm thinking the whole time the grandma texted me. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, the mama and the grandma pulled up to my salon where I do hair at. She walks in and said, you're going to jail for kidnapping. Like, we press the charges on you, we're going to make sure you in the same jail as me because you're going to jail for kidnapping. No, I'm not. I said, wait, right here. I said, your baby will be on the way and the police will be on the way at the same time. She said, we're not waiting on the police or something like that, and they pulled off. If I kidnapped your baby, why would you pull off without your baby if I'm saying she's finna be on the way? That don't have nothing to do with me. So you pulled off.
The place, so y'all can stay right here. The police is on the way, and the baby's on the way. It's okay. Stay right here. No, wait. You supposed to been did it. Wait. She gonna come back. Wait.
I was there, and she was like, can we meet up? Can we meet up? I keep saying, we can meet up. With the social workers, at a police station, at the courthouse, where you want to meet at. You don't want to do nothing the right way. I'm not just giving this baby to you. You're gang affiliated. You're a prostitute. you sex traffic minors and special needs kids. What else? And this all her brother told me, and her father told me, and she told me too. Anyways, yeah. So what else? It's just a whole lot of. So after I said we can meet with the police and social workers, she said no. She posted me on Instagram and said I kidnapped her baby, but I didn't.
And y'all, this is not even half of the history behind her mother. Like, literally, her mom has about 9 kids and have custody of none. Literally, her mom had a daughter, and they both was doing drugs together. And one of the daughters and the daughter ended up overdosing. Yep, overdosing and passing away, unfortunately. But it's just, it's so much. Like, all of y'all are literally criminals. Y'all leave this baby weeks, months at a time. Y'all don't call, check up on the baby. Y'all don't call to talk to the baby. Y'all don't send the baby no money. Y'all don't even send the baby no clothes. Like, girl, first of all, I keep all my receipts. So if y'all can see how much money I already spent on the girl since she been over here. Mind you guys, she came over here with no clothes. I will show y'all my closet right now. She literally have a whole side of her own closet full of her clothes and shoes and everything. This is my blood cousin. Why would I want to see her going through this? Why would I want to see her go down the same path you went down? Why would I want to see my cousin be raised by your mother? And look how she raised you. Look how she raised her other kids. She don't even have her other kids. Like, what? One of your sisters passed away while doing drugs with your mother. Like, what? Would y'all, TikTok, would y'all just give her back just like that? No, y'all gonna go to the courts. Y'all gonna do it the right way. Y'all gonna go through social work and all of that. So, yeah. It's like nothing she can do. She can't post me. She can't do nothing. She can't say nothing to make me feel or change my mind about anything. Like, I literally don't care. I won't even scoop to her level to really bring up some wild history or anything about her, because it's like, I'm really not even mad at you. I'm just disappointed with you. But yeah, that's that. Let's get this viral. And if y'all got any advice or anything that I should do, let me know, y'all.
I know I've been gone all day, but let me tell you what the fuck happened to me. Girl, while I go over this motherfucking dude house and a bitch climbed through his window. Girl, let me tell you about it. So you remember that dude I had told you that my cousin set me up on a blind date with? Yeah. So I still been talking to him. We got a lot in common. We actually been hitting it off. So we ended up going out on a few dates, and last night we ended up going out on a date. After the date, I ended up driving my ass out, but he ended up asking me if I wanted to come over his house, to kind of kick it or whatever. Like I said, we been hitting it off. We got a lot in common. I kind of fuck with the nigga. So I ended up stopping by to get a couple bottles of wine because I wanted to do like a little wine tasting while we was over there to listen to his music because he is an artist or whatever. Get over there and shit. He got the vibe already set. He got the bucket with some ice. Put the wine in it. Not in the refrigerator. Bucket, ice, wine. So he go in his kitchen. He go get us a couple wine glasses. We pour some wine. He started playing the album. He performing that motherfucker. He got me getting up, dancing, whole little thing. So we listened to the whole motherfucking album, bitch. We done finished one whole bottle of XXL wine. That's what I ended up bringing. We was already feeling good, so we started working on bottle wine number 2. Bro ended up telling me he wanted to taste Fat Mom, so I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. We had already finished listening to the whole motherfucking album, so obviously the XXL had him feeling XXX. So he down there on Fat Mom, whatever, in the motherfucking living room, bitch. We end up going back to the bedroom and he on Fat Mom in there. Anyway, so bitch, we laying down. Oh, all of a sudden I started hearing some rustling sounds. I'm like, you got rats? Because it sound, did you know how it sound when somebody open up the motherfucking blinds? That's what the fuck it sound like. So I look up. I'm like, what the fuck? When I say what the fuck, bitch, it made him look up and say what the fuck. So when he said what the fuck, the bitch was like, so this what we doing? So this what we doing? You got another female up here? This what we doing? So I end up hopping up, bitch, because you know I got Lily. Lily ain't too motherfucking far away from me. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? So I end up hopping up, bitch, so I can get motherfucking dicks out. She end up getting in the motherfucking room. So she started landing on his ass, like trying to fight him and shit. So I'm like, like I ain't got time for this motherfucker. First of all, I'm too cute, bitch. I would shoot you, and I don't have time for it. So bam. I get decent or what. So she trying to talk to me. She like, I been his girlfriend. We been together for a year. I'm like, you got a girlfriend? He looked at me dead in my motherfucking face, bitch standing right there. He like, no. She like, you ain't got no motherfucking girlfriend? He looked at that bitch dead in her motherfucking face. He like, no. We broke up. You're my ex-girlfriend. I do not have a girlfriend. I am single. So she like, oh, so you single? Wait, Smacked his ass hard as a motherfucker in the lip. Had him holding his eye in his motherfucker. I kind of felt bad for leaving him there, but bitch, they went under my motherfucking business. So while I'm up in there, she like, I did everything. She just kind of like giving that little spiel on how bitches be mad when, you know, y'all break up and shit. I'm like, oh, honey, I'm finna go. It was nice. You know, call me when you get all this shit together. She's like, okay, I'm gonna call you. She like, what? You gonna call? I don't know what happened after that, bitch. I ended up leaving. But I ended up getting some more details later. I don't know when I'm gonna give it to you. Go to the next video. Bitch, I'm calling you back. Hold you book. Okay, bitch, let me tell you. So when I end up leaving that night, she was still in there. I don't know what ended up happening, bitch. All I know was I left. He ended up sending me a text message this morning. Then he ended up calling to apologize to me about what the fuck went on last. You ain't gotta apologize to me because when I tell you that shit didn't happen to me, I had 2 niggas climb through my window. You know exactly what that means. Okay. So boom, I end up going on my Facebook because I'm trying to like do more with Facebook and shit like that. And I end up going to my messages. I got a message request on Facebook now. The message request pop up in the front. So it's a name that I'm not very familiar with, and I end up seeing that I got a friend request from this person too. And whenever I accept friend requests on Facebook nowadays, bitch, I go through the photos. I'm trying to see who the fuck you is, if I know you, if I saw you on TikTok and you found me on Facebook, this, then, the third. So I end up going through the pitch. Bitch, it's her. It's the bitch from last night. It's just the motherfucking window band. It's the motherfucking best hide and seek player in the world. It's her. It is that girl. So I declined the friend request and I'm ignoring. And remember, she sent me a message request. I ended up looking. She was like, hey, I know you may not remember me, but I'm the girl who was over Whoop-de-Woo house last night. Bitch, over. Bitch, you broke in. Aggravated burglary. Fucking aggravated assault. Bodily fucking harm. What the fuck? So she was like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but me and him been together for a year like I told you last night. Me and him been together for a year. It's been off and on. And, you know, I'm just trying to see what y'all got going on. I respectfully said, whatever I got going on with that single man, ain't none of your motherfucking business. And the fact that you are coming to my motherfucking Facebook page, keep in mind how I don't even know how the fuck you found me, but you don't even remember fucking now. How the fuck did you find me? Is my question. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's like, that ain't got shit to do with you. That ain't your motherfucking business. And any questions that you need the answer to, I would respectfully ask that you redirect this shit to him. He like, he ain't answering none of my phone calls. He got me blocked. Woo. Again, the fuck that got to do with me? The fuck?
Okay, y'all, good morning. Happy Friday. So I went on a date last Sunday, the Sunday of this week, and we no longer talk, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now, he was very consistent leading up to the date, and then on the day, like I showed y'all, he gave me, you know, this bracelet. He made this bracelet for my birthday. He gave me flowers. I'll put the video up here. You know, y'all seen it. So as the week went on, you know, like, we're still talking, we're still consistent, and with today being Friday, okay, so communication got a little hairy maybe 2 days ago. And he would always like reach out and like apologize, like, you know, he, you know, went to sleep, you know, putting his kids to bed, you know, taking his kids to school, you know, he talked about his kids and the businesses that he had. Cool. So when the communication got, you know, a little hairy, and, you know, he would always come back and apologize, and it's always either the same reason, either the kids, you know, or his business, I knew right then that he probably wasn't someone that I was going to continue with. Now, you could say that I spoke it into existence, but also I'm a realist. So it's like, you know, in my mind, I already knew I probably wasn't going to continue because, you know, I don't have kids. So I feel like, you know, if you're going to, you know, start dating someone and then you have kids and you own businesses, in my mind, you should be able to balance that out because that's your life and not mine. So I had already started to, you know, separate mentally because we only went on one date. And yes, it was a great date, but we only went on one. And so went on one. So it's like, you know, okay. So yesterday, he called me on my lunch break and he wanted to specifically have a conversation. And he asked me when my lunch break was. I said 1 o'clock. And he said, you know, I want to, you know, call you. We can have a talk. And I said, you know, okay. And, you know, everything that I just said to y'all is what he said to me. He was like, you know, you're a good woman. You know, you deserve better. You know, I don't have a lot of time. You know, my kids just got their grades and, you know, the grades wasn't good. And I don't have a lot of, because he's a full-time father. And he don't have a lot of time as far as, you know, people that be able to babysit his kids. His kids is 3, 11, and 14. All boys. And he don't have a lot of help, blah, 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 blah. So finding a babysitter to take me out. And I'm just like, and I on the phone, I just said, okay. And he was like, once I get everything ironed out and get my life together, as far as having more help with the kids, like he would still want to take me out and get to know me if I'm still available. And I said, thank you for letting me know. I hope you have a good day. Okay. So, like I said, the interaction with him, was good. He got to have a better balance between, his home life and his work life and all these things. I'm not necessarily forgiving in that department because, I'm an adult too, and I get it. So that's why it's no hate. But it's like also too, I'll never give you another chance, whether I'm still single or not, because you should have known if you had time to date when you pursued me, right? Now, it doesn't matter if it's a couple months down the line, which is the time frame that he asked for or whatever. You're still going to have those businesses a couple months down the line. You're still going to have minor children because you have one that's 3, one that's 11, and one that's 14, which doesn't bother me. That's why I talked to you originally. You're a full-time father. I mean, cool. So when he asks for you, like when he get things ironed out in a couple months, what will you have ironed out? Nothing. Your life will still be the same with your businesses and your minor children. So, and plus, I'm not a layaway type bitch. You need to come in my life and press me right then. Like, we move forward right then. There's nothing wrong with getting love right the first time. So giving a second chance never even really been my skilo. But the fact that you asked me to, like, if I'm still available at this time, he want to, like, continue. No, your time has passed. It's here. It's done now. I do wish him the best, and, because he's a good man, full custody of all his kids, active father. Shout out to him. I'm just not the type of person that will wait for those kind of things.
The constant reminder that therapy is helping is what's killing me. Like what she's good with at storytelling. She'll bust it open for a strawberry shortcake, especially one from Publix. As soon as I heard that, I clicked the follow button. I thought she was saying no hands because she can't fight. I can't believe she means she actually got nubs. Bro, what? I have so many emotions watching this. I've literally listened to this 4 times. I am beyond invested. Danny Glover, when somebody locks a door they never used to lock. The conversation is already over. You don't even need to investigate after that. The door told the whole story. There's also something really human in the way she describes driving that Durango to the floor. Shaking, 9 months pregnant, shoes from Walmart. She wasn't coming from a place of power. She was coming from a place of pure hurt. And sometimes people confuse those two things. The anger was just grief wearing a louder outfit. The strawberry shortcake detail is honestly genius storytelling because it makes the betrayal feel so specific and so disrespectful. It wasn't even a grand affair. It was a Publix dessert. That somehow makes it worse. When somebody locks a door they never used to lock, the conversation is already over. You don't even need to investigate after that. The door told the whole story. There's also something really human in the way she describes driving that Durango to the floor. Shaking, 9 months pregnant, shoes from Walmart. She wasn't coming from a place of power. She was coming from a place of pure hurt. And sometimes people confuse those two things. The anger was just grief wearing a louder outfit. The strawberry shortcake detail is honestly genius storytelling because it makes the betrayal feel so specific and so disrespectful. It wasn't even a grand affair. It was a Publix dessert. That somehow makes it worse. She got it. Now the story after that was also funny as hell. Desperation makes people do things they never imagined. When you got 6 kids, no job, and nothing in the fridge, logic goes out the window fast. The plan wasn't really a plan. It was survival mode dressed up like a business idea. When somebody already knows the answer before they finish asking the question, pay attention. Danny already knew what he wanted to do. He just needed to sell it to her. That whole buildup was a performance. He kept giving him the benefit of the doubt every single step of the way, even when her gut was screaming something different. the heart will rationalize almost anything. That excuse is powerful because it's hard to argue against, but the receipts told a different story. 6 times versus 60 to 65 times is not the same sacrifice. The whole foundation of what they were doing was built on a lie neither of them fully said out loud. That's how you end up in the back of a Honda in a parking lot, wondering how you got there. No amount of hustle fixes a situation that needs a real conversation. They needed to talk. Not about vendors and pricing lists, about real life. She's clearly got a gift for storytelling, though. That part ain't up for debate. Now, this story with the cousin things is wild. How can she do that? Sitting there with somebody else's child, spending her own money, building out a whole closet for this little girl, and still getting called a kidnapper. That's the part that hits hard. Doing good can cost you your reputation temporarily. The mom told on herself. She literally said, "If only your mom raised me, I wouldn't have ended up this way." She knew. She saw the difference. But knowing better and doing better are two completely different things, and you can't save someone from themselves. Another thing is, documentation is everything. The receipts, the recordings, the texts. In situations like this where it's messy and emotional and family is involved, the paper trail is the only thing standing between you and somebody else's narrative. She understood that. Also, the grandma chapter really stood out to me. You cannot argue with chaos. She just pulled off. That was the right move. Some people are designed to drain your energy and pull you into their spiral, and the only winning move is to not play. That little girl has lived in like 5 states before kindergarten age. That's not a coincidence. That's a cycle. And sometimes one person in a family decides the cycle stops here. That's heavy to carry, but somebody has to do it. The courts and social workers thing at the end was just common sense wrapped in love. She's not trying to keep the baby from her mom out of spite. She's saying, come do it right. The fact that the mom said no to that said everything.
Okay, I want to tell y'all like everything from detail to detail, but I just know I'm going to have to shorten it up, so I'm just going to shorten it up and tell y'all. So, what part should I start from? So I'm going to start from the part where it was like weird, like when I already felt weird about what was going on. So I'm with my best friend and 2 other girls, Amber. I'm gonna call her Amber, and I'm gonna call the other girl Brandy. Brandy is Brandy. Brandy's crazy. If you know Brandy, you know like with Brandy, you just have to let Brandy do Brandy because Brandy is Brandy. So I invited Amber to my birthday trip. I never invited Brandy, but Amber, like before the trip, before we got there, Amber told me that Brandy was gonna be there, like basically like she wanted to link with her. I'm like, I don't want to be with Brandy because she crazy, this and that. So she like Amber like, Brandy already know that we gonna be down there. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't see a problem, but I just hope it's not a problem. So oh my gosh, story too fucking long. So me, Amber, and my best friend goes out to eat after we get dressed at the B&B from the airports, and we're on the strip. So after we eat, well, while we're eating, Brandy's calling us, texting like where we at, basically trying to link. So we get to Brandy, but we're walking because like we on Ocean Drive, and we don't have a rental because we didn't plan on getting a rental because everything that we wanted to do was going to be close, and our B&B wasn't too far from Ocean Drive. So we just gonna Uber. We gonna Uber this out, this whole trip, because we only gonna be here for 2 days. So we walk to Brandy. Brandy's at Carbone. So yeah. So we get to Carbone. Brandy is literally like Brandy, and Brandy, I'm gonna have to do a backstory about Brandy. But fast forward to us leaving Carbone. So we see a black truck driver. Brandy asked the black truck driver if he can take us to Fontainebleau, the hotel in Miami. And she's like, oh, I have $80 for you if you take us here, this and that. He take us there. So we gets out the car. He's trying to collect his money from us. Brandy is basically like, I'm not giving you $80. Mind you, she the one who told him she was giving him $80. I'm not giving you $80. I pay my drivers less than this. You only took us up the street. This and that. You're basically telling him he's not getting a damn thing from her. So Amber hands me and my best friend a few dollars. Like, I could say it was like $3-4. And Brandy walks into the hotel, and Amber follows her in the hotel. Me and my best friend are still outside talking to the black truck driver. So the black truck driver is talking to us. Me and my best friend, like, we just gonna give you some money because them hoes just left and it's just us here. So yeah. So we give him the money. We walk into the hotel, and they like, why would y'all pay the black truck driver? Y'all just supposed to follow us. Y'all just supposed to go with the flow. This and that. Basically calling us dumb for paying the black truck driver. Exactly. So we cool and we having drinks. Brandy get us some drinks. We drinking. Cool. We're not drunk, but we getting there. We tipsy. A man at the bar bought us some more drinks. I think this went, we started getting a little drunk. So we trying to figure out, okay, we drinking, we kind of done drinking in here. We were trying to figure out where we're gonna go next. So we head towards the entrance of Fontainebleau. Yeah. So Amber, me and my best friend, we out chilling in the front. Amber smoking, Brandy's brandying. So yeah. So my friend calls me and like, he like, oh, who you with in Miami? You in Miami? I tell him who I'm with. He know a girl. He know Brandy. He knows Brandy. Yeah, he knows Brandy. I don't know if he know the other two girls, but I'm like, yeah, I'm with Brandy, because like when I was with Brandy before, I put Brandy in the camera and they was like, they spoke to each other or whatever. So I didn't see it being a problem with me putting her in the camera, but it ended up being a problem. She get to going off like, don't put me in the camera, this and that. I don't know him. Mind you, she knows him. I don't know him. Just going off. She get to going off on him. Going crazy. Like, going crazy for no fucking reason at all. So he get to talking back crazy to her. So he like, girl, I know you because you're like, she basically trying to play it to him like she don't know him. He like, girl, I know you because your sister. Like, I used to talk to your sister. So she called her sister like, did you also talk to him? Do you know him? Like, going crazy. I'm like, Brandy, it's not that serious. Like, you doing all this for nothing. So she get to going crazy. So we going back and forth with her. She like, so what y'all want to do? What y'all want to do? Like, trying to fight. Like, them fighting work. So she get aggressive and stuff. Like, what y'all want to do? So my best friend like, no, what you want to do? Like, that dang near about to fight before me and her. So my best friend don't even know her. So I know her. So I'm like, going back and forth with her or whatever. So the security guard come and step in front of us to stop us from arguing, fighting, or whatever. So that's that. So, where was Amber to be found when me and my best friend and Brandy was arguing? Nowhere. So me and my best friend walks away. We about to call an Uber to our B&B. We about to leave because we don't want to be with Brandy no more. She's psycho. So we get to calling an Uber or whatever. So here comes Amber. She walks towards us like basically trying to fight. Like, y'all was talking about Brandy's sister. Where did she get that from? I don't know. Y'all was talking about Brandy's sister. Like you would have thought these hoes was laced, y'all. Like, I don't know. Y'all was talking about Brandy's sister, this and that. Like, what y'all want to do? They're trying to fight. She basically trying to fight me at first. So I'm like, Amber, I invited you on my trip for you to try to fight me on my birthday trip. So when I said this, she like, no, I ain't talking to you. I want to fight her. Her is my best friend. My best friend minding her business, not even paying attention to her. So my best friend like, huh? Me? What you want to do? What's up? So they get to arguing and about to fight. So I step in front of my best friend, not stop it, but try to stop them from about to fight. The security come and stop that. So fast forward to them about to leave the Fontainebleau and us about to leave. So they still going crazy like this and that. We about to meet us at the B&B, like trying to fight at the B&B, like go to the B&B because we about to fight at the B&B. Mind you, Brandy doesn't have the B&B location or the B&B code to get into the B&B. Nothing. So Amber does, and Brandy is Amber's friend. So we like, okay, since Amber on what she owns, she dang near about to let Brandy into the B&B. So we like, okay, we're gonna meet y'all at the B&B. So they leave before us. So we call our Uber. Our Uber takes forever to come to us. We're trying to hurry up and get to the B&B because we don't know what they own. They could be going to the B&B messing up stuff, or maybe they could just be there trying to meet us and wait till we get there. So our B&B takes forever to find us. So minutes pass by. We finally get an Uber, and he finally takes us to the B&B. We get to the B&B. When I tell y'all, well, y'all see the video on my page. When I tell y'all the B&B was like messed up, like glass everywhere. They went in my suitcase. They put everything on the ground. They put dish soap on my clothes. When we first walked in, like the door, so it's like a hotel basically, but it's a B&B. The door was open. They had the trash can at the door, and they had the water running as if we paid a water bill, and if that was going to affect us. They had the TV loud as fuck. They had y'all see on the video what was going on. So that's basically what happened. I want to give y'all a more detailed story, but I have to say that for later because it's literally about to be a long story. But that was that. Brandy, she need that, and Amber, but I have to discuss this in detail later, so I'm gonna do that later and come back. But this is the little short story time.
I take the term Big Mama No Kids very serious. I think I'm gonna be the last contender. I think I'm gonna be the last person standing. I think I'm gonna be standing tall while y'all fall, okay? Because all of my exes have said, and that's a flag on the play. Let's stop it right here. Anytime any of my exes or anybody in my past has ever said, oh, I'm gonna give you a kid, you're gonna have a kid with me, I'm gonna give you a baby, blow the whistle. I do not play them type of games. You would immediately get blocked. I don't even play like that. That is one way. If you want me out of your life, all you gotta say is that, and I'm gone. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things I need before I have a child, right? Number one, I'm 27 years old, and I know for some people that's normal, right? Most people have they're up 3 kids right now. I don't want any kids right now. I want to dedicate my 20s specifically to my 20s, learning things about myself. I want to accomplish every goal, because babies don't stop things, they slow them down. And being a mother, it's going to slow them down. Doesn't mean it stops for you, it just slows it down for you. I don't need nothing stopping me. I already stop myself half the time as it is, just doing things that I want to do anyways. So there's a lot of things that I need. I need a ring, I need a home, the baby need a trust fund, we need a car, a new car. This luxury vehicle, it don't even look right with no car seat in the back. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that I need. I need a doula, I need a midwife, I need chiropractors, I need all these things to do this in order for me to have a child. Long story short, I remember cutting off this ex. He wanted a kid really, really bad, and he kept stressing to me that he was gonna get me pregnant, give me a baby, all this, and I never thought it was a joke. Ladies, if a man ever says that to you, it's not a joke. He's actually gonna do it for real. And I'm gonna get into the story time of how he actually did something that I consider that as great thinking, right? If I tell you, anyways, let's get into the story time. So I was about 22, 23 years old, and I was still in college at the time. I was about to graduate. I was dating this guy. And this guy, we would travel back and forth to see each other. He played for the Patriots, so I would go to his games. He would come to see me when it was a football season. We would do like back and forth things like that, okay? We ended up taking this trip together, and things were great, right? We had a really great time. We really enjoyed each other's company. He kept telling me prior to the flight, oh, he was ready for a kid. I need to give him a little girl, da-da-da. I was like, haha, I'm not having no kids right now. He's like, why? Like, I'm good for it. The money's good. Sir, it's not about the money. I mean, it will be about the money too. But what I'm saying is, I just don't want the money. There's other things that I want too. So anyway, he's telling me all this and that. So we finally have a good time together. When it's time to wind down for the night, y'all know how that goes. I did everything to protect myself, right? He did it too. But you know how you poke a hole? Yeah, that's what he did. And he admitted to doing that. And I was so pissed off. That night I got up out of the bed. I called my sister. I told her I am coming home immediately, because I had stayed at her house to leave from her house to go on this trip. So I said I'm leaving him immediately. Like I said, I was telling my sister exactly what he did and the stunt that he pulled, and I was like, the woman was too stunned to speak, because I was like, why would you do something like that? Then you admitted to what you were doing. And then the reason why you said you did it is because you wanted a kid with me. I needed to give you a baby girl. So you did that, which is disgusting, number one. So like I said, I got my stuff, I packed all my stuff, and I left him right in that room. Sure did, and did not look back. He kept calling me while I was downstairs, saying like he's sorry, he didn't mean it like that. He just wanted to keep me in his life. What? And that's the way that you thought that was gonna work? When I had already stressed to you what I wanted to do with my life, and I feel like you was hating on me low-key. You don't want to see me succeed those things. So you thought, oh, or you took it as, I can keep this girl around forever, that I'll be a bird brain, and I'll just do it just because you good for it. Because you kept stressing to me. He kept stressing me, y'all, that he got money. He got money. It's more than the money for me. And you know what? Every ex that I think I've had, they all said the same thing. I got the money. Why won't you have the kid? What? Literally? Word for word, bar for bar. Y'all remember the story I told y'all about when I said the ex handed me the baby? But I didn't know that was his kid. I didn't know that was his kid. He said that was his brother. Do y'all remember that story? I told y'all that story. He literally handed me the baby. And I'm like, hey, little man. Oh, my God, he's so cute. Didn't know that was his kid. And he blamed it on me while he had a kid with somebody else. He told me, because I was with you all them years, and you never gave me a kid. Sir, I was like, we were like fresh out of high school and like all the way up until like 21. What? If y'all want to hear about that story time, I will give you that one too. But guys always tend to blame me. I'm the problem. I'm the problem why they can't have no kid with me, is because I just won't do it. I just won't lay down and have a kid. And they good for it. But ladies, I try to stress it to my younger girls all the time. If you don't have no kids, don't have them right now. Focus on you. Learn yourself. Enjoy your 20s. You got all the time in the world to have a kid. Okay? There's no rush for that. Then you're going to be trying to start over in your life at 30-something years old, trying to do the things that you really feel like you should have did in your 20s. And not saying that you can't do it, but just, you can wait. That doesn't have to be the forefront of your life. You can be other things besides that, right? So there's a lot of things I want to instill into a child whenever I'm ready to have a child, when I'm ready to be a wife and a mother. There's a bunch. Okay? So I'll tell y'all this story if y'all really want to hear it. But I just thought about that because, yeah.
Bro, I finally linked some shit that's been trying to link me for months. I'm sitting here watching the menu with the bitch. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck? She like, get in the closet. I'm like, bitch, why the fuck? I'm not getting in the closet. The bitch outside says, I'ma fuck you and whoever you in there with. What? Like, she like, boom, 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 boom. And I took my ass right to that fucking closet. I scurried my ass to that closet. Things that she was saying, it didn't feel like she could be reasoned with. Because I literally would have been like, I have nothing to do with this. I don't know this girl. This is my first time seeing her. But she sounded like she was on 10. So I scurried my ass to that fucking closet. Not my proudest moment. But as we were going to the closet, I'm like, so what's going to happen? Like, what if she try to stay? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I'm not staying in this closet if y'all start fucking. And Shorty's literally like, I'm going to tell her she's tweaking. I'm going to tell her she got to go. Like, she don't trust me. She got to go. And I was like, but I'm like, whatever to get me out of here. Whatever to get me out of here. Bro, when I tell you I was in that closet, my heart was like boom, 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 boom. Because it's like, I was in fight or flight. Because I'm like, oh, if she open this door and she don't let me reason with her, I'm going to have to do something. So I was like, bro, no. Like, so look, I'm standing in this closet. It's like really a big closet type shit. And I'm like, I'm just too open. If she opened the door, I'm just right here. Like, this looks crazy. So I get behind the clothes. It's like a big closet. It's like a top thing and a bottom thing. And it's clothes hanging here and it's clothes hanging there. And she got 2 totes. I push the totes out. I get behind the totes. I scooch the totes in. Because I'm like, Because I was really trying to avoid this conflict over somebody like I didn't even know. I'm like, I don't even want to do that. So let the bitch in. I hear the footsteps. Boom, 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 boom. Really hearing doors open and close, open and close. I'm like, oh my fucking God, this bitch is going to open this closet, but I just hope she doesn't see me. But then I hear something that I was like, she's going to find me. Why do I hear the girl say, why are you looking behind the TV? How could somebody be behind the TV? I said, oh, she's definitely going to find me. So I'm scared. I'm like, should I come out? But I'm like, nah, I pulled the totes in closer. I'm like, oh my God, she's not finding me. She comes in and she does open the closet. And then she closes it. And the girl says, like, you know what? You don't even trust me. Like, you know what? I'm done doing this. Like, I'm done with all of this. And the girl's like, no, I just thought you were acting weird. Like, you never go to sleep at this time. And she just like, no, I'm not. Just go home. Like, go home. Like, I don't even want to do this. Like, you really getting me salty. Like, I wish, bro, like, the girl was really saying some stuff. And I'm like, you got a whole bitch in your closet. And she's really turning this on this girl. Like, nah, I'm not even going to do this because you're really like. So the girl does wind up leaving. But this is like a long time. This is like for 15 minutes, bro. She opens up the closet, but I don't come out because I don't know who it is. And so she's laughing so hard because she's like, where are you? Come out. So, you know, I push the totes out and I come out and she's like, come on, like, let's watch the movie. And I'm like, watch the movie? I'm going home, watch the movie. And I'm like, is it even safe to leave out right now? Like, she might be camping out. Like, bro, nigga, like, and that's why you should sit here and watch the movie. I'm like, girl, I just heard you some diabolical stuff. You lied to me. I didn't even know you had a girl, all type of stuff. I'm like, am I going to be safe to walk out the door? The girl literally like, I don't know about that. That's why you should sit and watch the movie. And so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna take my chances. And I walked out and I went home.
Story time on how I found out my ex was DL and went to jail. So let's start off by saying this is an ex from like 2 exes ago. Your girl couldn't stay out of a relationship, but I've learned now. But anywho, so this man will always like disappear randomly. And like there was always, let's preface with the fact that he was in and out of jail, which was like my mistake number 1. He was in and out of jail and I still went for it. I don't know. Not too much. So this man, right, he like would disappear like all the time, and it got to a point where we was like living together, but he would be gone for like weeks at a time, and I would always be like, bro, I know you're at a girl's house, like I know you're at a girl's house. And he would always be like, no I'm not. He was not lying. One time I got on FaceTime with him on one of these excursions where he's just out, like, and I have no idea where he is. And I'm like, okay, if you're not at a girl's house, show me the closet. Show me the closet of the room then. Let me see what clothes is in there. He showed me it's a man's clothes. But again, the truth was not, like, anywhere near what I would have ever thought. I'm like, okay, he at his boy's house because he told me he has his cousin's house. So I'm like, he really there. Let's fast forward, right? This comes to a time where we're living together still. We ended up moving to a different place. We're living together. I had a good job. I had a decent job. I was like 18 or 19 at the time. And, you know, I was getting paid like $25 an hour. Like, I had a good job. So I was pretty happy. I had a car. He was not doing as well. Like, he used to be a substance dealer. He had his license revoked, a whole bunch of stuff. So I would always give him rides to places, which I know, like, none of this is looking good for me. Like, I understand. I was really a bitch when I was that age. Like, I was really stupid. So I would always give him rides to everywhere, whatever. This one particular month, he's like, oh, like, this owes me money, like I need to go get that, like he owes me money, blah blah blah, and he's asking me for more substances, and like he hasn't even paid me, and blah 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 blah. He's like, oh, can you give me a ride? Like, I'm gonna go grab him. I'm like, yeah, I got you, I can give you a ride. On the way over there was this man that used to always take care of my dog. It was one of his friends, but he used to always take care of the dog for me or whatever when I was at work, because this man was so busy doing other stuff. So fast forward, we're driving, we're passing by the nigga's house, the one that used to always watch the dog. He like, oh, like, let's stop and grab, we'll call him Adam. We'll call my ex Tony his friend Adam, all right? He's like, oh, let's stop and grab Adam. I'm like, all right, cool. We stopped. It wasn't out the way or nothing. It was literally on the way. So we stopped. We grabbed Adam. My dog is happy to see Adam, and they're parlaying in the back or whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. We pull up to the house or the building where he was going to go collect his money. And I'm like, all right. I'm sitting out there like for like mad long, mind you. I'm thinking it's gonna be a quick situation because he just told me he's grabbing his money. He didn't say that anything else was gonna go down, blah blah. He had a ski mask with him, but during that time, like, that was normal to just wear a ski mask all the time. But when we was in the car, he had it rolled up like it was a beanie, which was also something normal that he would do, or not normal, but hoodlummery that he would do anyways. So we pull up, I'm sitting outside for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. So now I call him and I'm like, hey, like, you know, I left some food cooking. Like, when is this situation gonna be over? And he's like, nah, like, hold on, just stay right there. Don't let anyone see you. Don't let anyone see me. Huh? Oh, shit got crazy. We're tying him up. In the time, he said we're tying him up, but I'm like, he meant like we're tying this up. We're tying him up, like maybe the bag of whatever he was going to give him. Like, I don't know why. Like, I was just such an idiot that my mind did not go towards, like, we're really tying him up. Like, I don't know what I thought. Like, I don't know. You know what? I wasn't thinking. So he finally get back into the car. He brought now I don't remember if he had already had a backpack with him or if he grabbed it from inside that house. Like, I have no idea. He come back in the car and he was like, oh, guess who just came up? Like, he couldn't owe me for that long, blah blah blah. Like, that's fucked up. And I'm like, all right, cool. I was pretty like oblivious, but I also didn't want like details to anything just because of what happened next. So fast forward, I'm like, we get to the crib, we drop off his friend. We get to the crib and he's like, oh, I have to go downstairs real quick, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, man, this nigga about to disappear. But it was getting to a point in the relationship where I actually really didn't care what he did anymore. Like, I was just kind of over it. So I'm like, whatever, cool. So now, like, a couple days later, he started telling me, like, oh, and he texted me, like, guess who came up 1,000? And I was like, oh, so you're going to pay the rent by yourself? Because, like, that's all I was thinking about. I'm like, just keep the bills paid. Like, I don't care what you do. So then, fast forward, like, a couple days later, whatever, he told me, Like we're laying down, pillow talking basically, and we're sitting like we're laying down, and he like, oh, you know, like shit got crazy the other day, but like I'm a man, I have to handle my shit, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, I like cool. Again, I'm not asking him questions because I could care less about the man at this point. He's like, yeah, like that, thought that he was just gonna run off on me, like he thought he was just gonna like, I know where you live, blah blah blah. And he was like, and me and him are mad cool, and I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Boom. Fast forward, I'm at work. I worked a double that day. I had like, it was to the point where I would rather be at work than to be at the house. Like this man was like verbally abusive. He hadn't got physical with me in a while since then, but he had done it before. So like seeing him in a bad mood, like he would definitely like buck up and just like, you know, do stupid shit. Like he was the devil. That wasn't my friend I seen that day. That was the devil. Like literally. So I get home from this double. I pull up to like, we looked at a building, like there was like a parking lot in the front. The parking lot was like filled with police. I'm like, imagine this got to do with Tony. Is that the name we gave him? Yeah. I'm like, imagine this got to do with Tony. Like that would be crazy. I go upstairs. I live on the 3rd floor. I peek around the corner. They are in front of my house. I'm like, oh, this shit do really got to do with Tony. So I back up right away. I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on? A police officer see me. He was like, oh, he said my full name. He's like, is that you? I'm like, oh, fuck. I look over and I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, come here, ma'am. I'm like, oh my God, I can't run. Like that makes me look suspicious. But I really, like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together until way later in the police station. So I go and like my main focus is I did ask where he was because I did leave and he was still in the house with the dog. But my main focus was like, where's my dog? I look inside the house is ransacked. I'm talking about like they flipped couches over, like they flipped everything over. All the seasonings in the cabinets were on the ground. I'm like, damn, like did y'all really have to do all of that? Like I look in my room, my dog's in there in a small cage. The dog at the time that I had, it was like a German Shepherd Husky mix. So I'm running out of time. Okay, so he was a German Shepherd Husky mix, and he was big as shit. So I'm like, oh, that cage is way too small for him. And they're like, yeah, like we're gonna get this figured out. We just need you to come to the police station with us. At this point, I didn't know that I could say like, nah, I'm all set. Like, are you guys arresting me? Nothing. I just was like, all right, cool. Like, let's go to the police station. Give me my dog. We go to the police station. I'm like, can I go in my own car? They're like, nah, it's better if you ride with us. I'm like, okay. Again, I did not know my rights, so I'm like, okay, let's go in your car. The second part, I'm gonna say it in part 2 if y'all want that. The second part is where it gets crazy. I find out that this nigga's DL. I find out that he robbed his man. And he's going to jail. Like, he's still in jail. Oh my God, I shouldn't be laughing. This shit's not funny. But like, I got in trouble too. But y'all let me know if y'all want part 2. Part 2 of how I found out my ex was DL and went to jail. So basically, at this point of the story, the police officer basically tell me like, oh, you gotta come to the station with us, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, cool. We go to the station. Mind you, I got out of work at like 8. They leave me, and I got home at like 8:30. They leave me inside this questioning room for mad long. Then one of them comes in. I'm on my period at this time. Like, I'm stressing out. And I had said a comment about it when I was walking in. So a female officer come in, or detective, whatever she was. And she's like, oh, like, I heard you on your, do you want chocolate? Like, I have chocolate on my desk. I always keep chocolate on my desk. I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, they're not so bad. They're playing good cop, bad cop. So then again, I'm in there for another 30 minutes. These other 2 guys come in, and they're like telling me a bunch of different of my ex's nicknames. They're like, oh, so did you know that he went by Scuba? Did you know he went by Rula? Did you know he went? And I'm like, no. Like, I didn't know any of this stuff. Whatever. They're like, oh, so you just don't know nothing. You just don't know nothing. Then they asked me about that day in question. They're like, what happened on February 3rd, basically? And I'm like, I worked. Like, I didn't remember exactly what day that was, but now I'm starting to piece the puzzle together. Like, this is what we talking about. So a little bit more into the interrogation, because at first, like, I was just like, I don't know anything. Like, stop asking me questions. And again, I never brought up my rights. They never told me my rights, nothing, because I wasn't saying anything. So they didn't tell me anything about, oh, anything you might say, you know, because at this point I'm not arrested or anything. So fast forward. The officer, like, did you know that Mr. We'll say his last name is Smith. So he's like, oh, did you know that Mr. Smith, like my ex's last name, we'll say his last name was Smith. So they're like, oh, did you know Tony Smith was in a relationship with Mr. Robert? Like, that'll be the person that he robbed. Mr. Robert. It's not funny though. Like, it's really not funny. Stop laughing. Hey, so he's like, oh, did you know that Mr. Smith was in a relationship with Mr. Robert? And I was like, what type of relationship? And he's like, oh, like, you know, like that was his boyfriend. I'm like, now I'm like, I know what the cops are doing. Like, they're just making shit up. Like, I've seen this in movies. Nice try. They're like, you don't believe us? Because I'm like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just like, really, guys? So original. Y'all gonna tell me that like, whatever. So then they hook his phone up or something to the computer where I can see all of like his messages. They show me my ex's phone number, or maybe it was the victim's phone or something, because the POV of what I'm looking at is from the victim's messages to my ex. My ex is texting him like a freaking frog. He like, oh, you know, I love that mouth. I can't wait to see you do X, Y, and Z again. Da, da, da. And mind you, Mr. Robert is like freaking 60. Like, he's an old white man. Like, and he do like hard drugs at that. So I'm like, wow. I was taken aback, but still, I'm like on the fence about it. Like, you know, I'm acting like, I'm being dumb, just straight up dumb. So I'm like, what the frick? Like, ain't no way. And my ex is texting him like, oh, you gon'
Like, they were trying to meet up. Like, you know, they're showing me like all different messages, and the white man is sending him booty pictures. He's sending him pictures of them like with my ex like sleeping basically next to him. Like, oh, look at how cute you look while you sleep. Blah blah blah. No mention of me. They're not talking about like, oh, your girlfriend, nothing like that. Like, nothing got to do with me. They're in a full blown relationship. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, can I speak to Tony? Like, is he here? And they're like, yeah, we'll let y'all guys like run into each other or whatever. And after a while of me being like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I didn't even know that was happening. Mind you, my ex would always tell me, and he was not religious at all. He was actually Muslim because of like being in jail, deadass. Like, so he would always tell me like he don't want to have sex because, you know, we're not married and I'm not Muslim, I'm Christian. So he would always tell me that. And he was always trying to like do freaky shit that like, he's like, oh, it would be more normal if we did it like this, because like always trying to put it in the back door. I'm like, nah, brother, like I'm not doing that. Now I understand why his gay ass, his fruity pebble head ass, like, and no shade towards the colorful folks. I'm just saying, like, he really played. So they were in a full relationship. So finally, after they show me all the proof, blah blah blah, then they show me the video. So I guess Mr. Robert is like ex-military or something. He had cameras all over his crib. So what actually happened is my ex went into that house and basically did like an armed home invasion because he had a on him. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, and my ex was like a career criminal. I think that's what they call it when you keep on getting in trouble. So like they're not leaning on you anymore because they feel like you're a danger. So anyways, I finally leave. I leave and they take my phone from me, and I'm like, how you guys gonna take my phone? No warrant, blah blah blah. The officer's basically like, oh, we can get a warrant tomorrow if you want, we'll just come grab your phone tomorrow. But they basically ended up snatching it out of my hand because they clearly seen that I was dumb. So I went home with no phone. I go down the stairs of the police station. I'm thinking these niggas is about to drop me back off. Nope. They're like, yeah, sorry, blah blah. I had to talk to the female officer and be like, you know, you guys told me not to bring my car, like, can you guys bring me back home? She's like, yeah, we can bring you back home. She tells the two guys to bring me back home. So now them two niggas got an attitude with me because they got to bring me back home from where they abducted me from, basically. Yeah. So I go down the stairs. I run into my ex. He looks roughed up. Like, his sweater's ripped off. He ain't got shoes on. Like, and they're carrying him like luggage, basically, like a duffel bag. Like, they're carrying him like to question him again or something. I don't even know. So I'm like, oh my God, like, are you okay? And I could not hold in my smile because I'm like, nigga, I know something you don't think I know. So I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, babe, we'll be fine. I'm like, babe, you fucking fruity pebble. I'm like, you've been playing with me. And mind you, I'm an open-minded ass person. If he would have told me that he was playing for the other side, we could have still been friends. I would have never been like, oh, da 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 da. But I understand that when you're DL and you have like this persona and people assume that you're like, you know, he's just like a freaky gangster. Like he was a DL gangster. So basically, days go by. I get evicted from my apartment, and not even evicted because it wasn't on my like home record, but I get kicked out of my apartment because they're like, oh, if you ever have any issues with the police, you can't like live here, basically, because it was like a little gated community. And I don't remember seeing that on the lease, but I just ended up moving because I wasn't gonna be able to pay the rent by myself. Anyways, I moved in with his mom. Because my mom didn't have an extra room. So now that I'm living with his mom, you know, I'm not forced to pick up phone calls, but it just felt like, all right, let me play along. So I finally end up speaking to him once he gets put in the jail or whatever. And he tells me, like, so I'm like, wait a minute, why didn't you tell me that? And he's like, what? Why would you say that on these phones? You know that the guards are listening. Like, now they're going to tell everybody that I'm, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you owe me an explanation. Like, what's going on? He tells me some story about when he was younger and it left him curious, or he wanted to be the one to do the insertion. I don't know, like, I actually don't even remember the details of the story, but he tells me that that's why he's whatever. And I tell him exactly what I just told y'all, like, yo, I'm an open-minded person. You could have told me that you were having thoughts like that, and you know, I would have still been your friend. Like, it wouldn't have been something where I'm even doing a story time about it. It wouldn't have been that. But instead, you strung me along, cheated on me with a man or men. Always would tell me, no, I'm not talking to no girls, no, I'm not at no girls' crib. Yeah, you weren't, because you don't like girls. You don't like girls at all. Now I see why you treated me like shit. You hate women. Yeah, you hate us. So fast forward, this is where I come into play. Fucking 5 days later, I'm driving my car. I'm with my dog, and I get pulled over on the highway. The nigga come to me, the police officer come to me, and he's like, oh, are you Miss Litzy Kubilete? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, did you know that there's a warrant out for your arrest? I'm like, no, that can't be right. He was like, is that not your name? Like, it's very unique. And I'm like, that's my name, but the information you got on there can't be right, because what do I have to do with this, right? So he sees my dog though, and he's like, oh my God, he's so cute, blah 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 blah. Like, he's greasing my dog, or glazing, whatever the frick the young people say. He's doing it to my dog. And he's like, oh, like, you know, if I take you to jail right now, like, the dog gonna have to go to the pound, and I don't want to do that to him. So he like, you know, I'm just gonna let you go home, but it's the long weekend, so like maybe on Monday you just go turn yourself in, blah blah blah. And I'm like scared to death. Like, the last thing on my mind is turning myself in. I'm like, yeah, God got me. Like, so fast forward like a day later, one person, you know, I'm doing hair at the time. I still do hair now, but like I was just kind of starting, or not starting, but like it was just early in my career. So this guy hits me up and he's like, yo, like, you know, I have me, my friend, and my boy, like, we're all gonna pay you $200 if you can come today to do our hair. Like, I know it's a 30-minute drive. If you can just come, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I get cute. You know, I've been feeling like shit, so I get cute. I drive over there. We're drinking. We're partaking. Like, you know, it's summertime too, low-key. Like, it was nice outside. So I go, I do their hair. They all pay me. They gave me some free weed too. And yeah, I take off. I'm literally 12 minutes away from my mom's house. I wasn't going to my mom's house, but I was like literally close by, like where if that officer told me like, yo, go park and da-da-da, I could have just went to my mom's house. I'm driving. This young officer pulled me over. He like, oh, are you? And I'm like, that's me. And he's like, all right, don't worry, I'm gonna get you right out of here to jail. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. 3 minutes later, he like, oh, open this door for me, put me in cuffs. My dog started bugging out. The nigga punched my dog in the nose. Now I'm freaking out because I'm like, why'd you have to, like, he's actually mad friendly. Like, why'd you have to do that? I'm like, let me call my mom, because he's talking about, oh yeah, the dog's going to the pound. I'm like, no, let me call my mom. My mom pull up. I get arrested. My mom pulls up, grabs my car, grabs my dog. Let me know if y'all want part 3.
Part 3 of how I found out my ex was Dia, and we both went to jail. Because I said went to jail, we both went to jail. So my mom pulls up to grab my car. Mind you, the look on my mom's face, oh, that shit haunt me to this day. Because she was just like, and the officer kind of roughing me up too. Like, he's like, stop resisting. Mind you, I'm not moving. I'm crying, but I'm not moving. Like, I'm like, hold on, give me a second. Like, let me pull my pants up. You know, I'm a little lit at this point, but not noticeably enough where he's like, oh, we need to do a breath, whatever. So somebody stops. And at this time, it's 2019. I don't know if that's when all the police brutality was popping off or what. I mean, it's been doing that, but some lady stopped and started recording. Now the officer get even more mad. He called his sergeant because he's like, oh, I see what you guys are trying to do. I'm like, I don't even know that person. So his sergeant pull up and they tell him, yeah, calm down. Like, those cuffs are too small for her. And, like, you know, give her a second. So he's there looking stupid. He was a young officer, so he's trying to get his rank up, I guess, trying to make sure he's saving the world from a baddie like me, I guess. So I get brought into the jail. Again, I'm still on my period. Like, I'm still on my period for some reason. I don't know if the stress, like, prolonged it, but I'm still on my period. So I get put into the jail, whatever. I get put into this little holding cell situation. The judge is going to be out till Wednesday. This happened on, like, a Thursday or Friday. So I had to stay in the holding cell for mad long. Like, I was there for, like, well, it felt like an eternity. It was, like, 4 or 5 days of me being in this damn holding cell. And, you know, I'm asking, can I see my mom? Can I do anything but being here? And they're like, no, that's not how it works. Like, yeah, I get it. So I'm next to a lady, right? And she's not in the same holding cell as me. She's in the next door holding cell. And all throughout the night, she's wailing like, I didn't do anything. She's banging her head. She's doing all types of extra shit. So I'm like really scared. Like, I'm like, bro, I didn't do anything. Like, I really didn't do anything. And I still didn't understand why, like, I was being put in jail if I didn't do anything. So fast forward, I'm thinking, soon as I see the judge, they're going to understand it was a mistake. And they're going to tell them that I can go, you know? Like, what is there a warrant out for my arrest for? I see the judge. I smell like shit. Like, I haven't showered in days. I have my period. They're giving me like 1 pad a day. I have a heavy flow, like TMI, but I'm just disgusting at this point. So then, hello, come on. So then, I finally see the judge, and I was like the last one to be called. And I was praying that whole time. The judge like, sorry, I can't let you out because your case isn't even from over here. It's from Middlesex, and we're in wherever the frick we was. Like, I got arrested in a whole different town. So I'm like, no, like, I'm thinking like, I really gotta go to jail, and I do. So we freaking go. They tell us like, oh, the paddy wagon, is that what they call it? That shit's about to come get us in a little bit. I get put in the back of this metal box. There's men on one side, women on the other side, but there's like a metal thing like dividing us. The lady next to me, bro, it looked like she just got high. Like, I don't know how, but she's like nodded off. I thought this bitch died. Like, I'm stressed out. The other girls are laughing at her. I'm literally like, nah, like, I'm literally in hell. Like, that's how it felt. I felt like I was literally in hell. So I pull up they drop off the men first, and I tell the girl like, yo, I don't feel comfortable being in this shirt. Can you get me a t-shirt? So everybody else got dropped off at one jail that was like close by to where I got arrested. I had to get dropped off in Framingham women's jail. So I was the last one. So they left that bus and they put me in the back of a police car.
cuffed up, all that. And I'm like, can I please have a t-shirt? Like, I'm even cold now. They're like, yeah, that's fine. It's 2 young officers that are transporting me, so they put some music on for me. You know, they're like, yo, you'll be fine. If you really didn't do anything, you'll be fine. I'm like, yeah. So now I'm thinking, like, God, just kill me. Just kill me, God. I don't, if this is the plans that you had for me, just kill me. But, you know, I'm older now. I understand that those are the plans that I have for myself for dealing with stupid ass men. So I get to the jail. They take my fingerprints. They do all that. It's during COVID time. I get put into like a holding cell that's like for people that are. So I'm like by myself. I'm quarantined basically. That's what it was. And at that time, like I spent maybe like another week now in actual jail. Then I finally got to see the judge again. They gave me bail. The bail was $5,000. My lawyer was like, nah, like, can we reduce or, you know, have the bail be taken off because she's never done anything before. This is her first time getting arrested. And then the judge just reduced the bail to like $2,500. I call my cousin first. Because I'm thinking my mom wants nothing to do with me, but a mother is love, you feel me? So I call my cousin, and I'm like, yo, don't tell anybody, like, da-da-da. This girl says, Litzy, Kubileti, you're in jail? And she literally told me she was doing people's hair. So she's like, you're in jail, and she says my full government. I'm like, so I just hung up, because I'm like, didn't I just say don't tell anybody? So then I call my mom. My mom's like, yo, I don't have it right now, but I'm going to figure it out. And sure, she did. 2 days later, she come and pick me up. The bailing process is the longest shit ever. They told me in the morning, like, yo, you're here to get picked up. You made bail. I'm like, ah! My mom is sitting out there waiting till damn near like 6 or 5. Then they talking about, oh, we can't find the shoes that you came in with. Keep them. Keep them. I don't need those. Them bad memory ass shoes. I don't need those. You can keep them. So I'm like, let me skedaddle. I go to the car. I'm in the car with my mom. She brought me some Spanish food. You know, she's still not really talking to me. She's like, yo, what the fuck happened? So I finally get informed that in Massachusetts, there's something called joint venture. So it's like you knew about a crime and like didn't report it. So that's what I was getting. So it's not conspiracy and it's not that I was like an accomplice. They were basically trying to prove that like I knew that it was gonna happen and I didn't call the police. But when you get charged for a joint venture case, you get charged with everything that the other person is getting charged as well, basically. Like you committed the crime. So I was getting charged with armed home invasion, assault in a dwelling, the joint venture, and having a concealed weapon, something like that. It was like 3-4 different charges. And you know, at first I was getting pressured. Oh, when I was in the jail, some detectives did come and they were like, oh, you know, if you just like testify against him, we will drop all the charges against you. I don't know why at 19 I just like, mind you, I'm a civilian. Like I don't know why at 19 I'm like, yeah, like no, I don't know anything and I'm sticking to that. Like I don't know anything. I'm not gonna make shit up either. Like if y'all are charging him for selling drugs, that I did know about. But all the other shit, I didn't know that was gonna go down. I might have like had like a little bit more knowledge after the situation happened, but you're not gonna say that I knew before it happened. So I basically stuck to that, and I had to take it to I don't even want to say trial. I just kept going to court. And since it was COVID, I had to keep going. There was appeals made. There was, you know, we tried to get the case dropped. Then I had a new judge. That judge was way more lenient, and I literally was out on bail for 5 years. 5 years. This case just got resolved the other day, which is why I'm being able to tell a fucking story time on it. But from 19 to 25, I was out on bail, and you know. There's more that happens to the story after, of course. I end up talking to him. I end up finding out why and who that man was and what was going on. If y'all want a part 4, let me know. Part 4 and last part. Y'all are nosy. Okay, so now at this point, I got out of jail and I'm able to contact, or this man is able to contact me. So when he called me, he's like, where have you been? I've been calling you. I'm like, man, I got arrested too. Like, that was big F you. And again, I went back to his mom's house, but I'm trying to figure out living arrangements. I'm trying to figure out like where I'm gonna go because his mom was really nice to me, but his grandmother, that woman did not like me. And I think she was like losing memory or something, because every time she would see me, it was like a stranger was in her house. And like I had met her before, we had talked before, like whatever. So this is where it got to a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm really not talking to this dude, because I was trying to be his friend at least. But you know how they get when they behind them bars. I've never dealt with another jail nigga again. But he would call me, bitch, why you not picking up the phone? Oh, and I'm like, all right. I just want to add as well, one time I was going through his phone on Instagram, because he kept his phone looked like a freaking like a stock phone every time I picked it up. So I was like, okay, he really not doing nothing, but I was just like a dummy. So one time I did go on his phone while he was like showering or something, and I seen that he had like searched, like his like previous search was like men in like little boxes and stuff, and I asked him about it. This man told me he wanted tomato. I told him at one point that I was feeling like myself, and he like, oh, there's a bridge right near my mom's house. Don't think about it too much, just do it. I was like, whoa, like, you know, sometimes you just say shit, but like, I'm really not gonna do it, and you really just give me a thought out plan, more jail time. So fast forward, as I start working with an actual lawyer and we're talking, so I find out that he's been in a relationship with this older man, Mr. Robert, for like 2 months, 2-3 months. That was his sugar daddy. If he took me out to eat, he was getting the money from him. If he bought me stuff, he was getting the money from him. That's where he would put his stuff. And what actually happened was that he left stuff at Mr. Robert's house. That was like his safe house. Mr. Robert was a user. So Mr. Robert felt like, since he's always giving him money and not asking for nothing in return, since he left stuff at his house, like he could use it. And I guess my ex was like, nah, like you can't just use it. And Mr. Robert was like kind of upset, like, damn, like you don't do anything for me, but bring that mouth and that booty, I guess. I don't know what their arrangement was. So I also would like to add that the reason that even happened is because we had rent coming up. Like, I said February 3rd, but I don't remember the exact dates on when this happened, but it was actually like towards the end of the month. And I had told him, like, do you have your half of the rent? We were paying $1,000 each. So I'm like, or yeah, I think we were paying like $700 each or something. Yeah. So I'm like, do you have your half of the rent? And he's like, yeah, no, I don't have it right now. Like, stop stressing me, but I'm gonna get it, blah, blah, blah. And then as time got like closer to the rent time, he started getting like more and more like worried and aggressive. So it got to a point where I was like, yo, I'll pay the rent myself. My car insurance and my car note are gonna come up. You pay that by yourself. And he was like, no, I'm a man. I can't let you pay the rent by yourself. What that look like? You gonna go tell your friends that you pay the rent by yourself? I'm like, and this is what he decided to do instead. Throw away 6 to 8 years of his life for a couple of bucks. And honestly, I feel like it was more like the rage that he had. Also, I found out too, like, because the whole crime was recorded. Mr. Robert had cameras all over his crib. So I found out as well that basically what happened was that when he walked in with his friend and he was pressing Mr. Robert was on some shit like, babe, what's wrong? And he lost it. Like, he was like, babe, nigga, what? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you think shit's sweet? You think I'm gay? Like, and Mr. Robert, obviously, rightfully so, but again, Mr. Robert knew that the shit was low-key. But rightfully so, he's like, yo, why are you treating me like that? And my ex just started beating him up. Mind you, 60-year-old man. I couldn't even watch the full video. I felt so bad. Like, I know what's going on and, you know, that he's a user and blah, 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 but he broke his clavicle. Like, and then Adam was just standing in the back, like, with a ski mask on too, I think. He's just standing in the back like, what should I do, you know? So my ex was very much like the ringleader of it. But Mr. Robert got messed up. They did in fact tie him up. They left him on the ground, and he was able to get himself loose and call the police, but his clavicle was broken. Mr. Robert never came and testified against him. Mr. Robert never came and testified against me. He literally said, I don't even know who that girl is, and he also said as well to the DA that he didn't know why I was getting in trouble. My main thing was that they were trying to paint me as the getaway driver, when in reality, it wasn't that. But I have to be honest with myself. If he was honest with me and told me exactly what was going on, what would I have done? That's something that I think about all the time. Like, I don't want to take blame away from myself, because I'm just like, what would I have done? Would I have left and called the police? Like, I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no. I don't know what I would have done at that time, you know? So, when I got brought into it, I don't know if my ex or if it was the phones. I'm not sure how it like got confirmed, like, yeah, this is her. I do know that when I called him and he said the whole, oh, we're tying him up, that was caught on camera. And that was enough for the DA to be like, she knew what was going on, because he said, but he literally said shit got crazy. If shit got crazy and he's letting me know that, then that means that I had no knowledge that shit was supposed to get crazy. He didn't even have knowledge that shit was gonna get crazy, because he literally said shit got crazy. So when he went inside the house, so he got charged for home invasion. I don't think he really invaded the home, because when his man saw him, he was happy to open the door for him. He just didn't know that this guy had bad intentions. But whatever, again, he was a career criminal, so he just had to take whatever they was giving him, I guess. I'm not too well versed about it, and I really don't give a shit. So when he told me, when we got back to the house and he told me like, oh, guess who came up 1,000, I wasn't the only person that he said that to. I guess he texted multiple people. There was this one guy, we'll call him Muhammad, or we'll call him Mo for short. So this other guy named Mo used to be his plug. So I guess he took the victim's phone and cashed out Mo like 2,500 or 1,500, something like that. And Mo pulled up to drop stuff off to him. Come to find out later, Mo, so they didn't know, like, his boyfriend, my ex's sugar daddy, didn't want to like snitch on him, I guess. Like, he didn't want to say who did this to him because he was in love with him. I'm not sure, but he did give them his phone, so they were able to track who he cashed at. The nigga Mo ended up telling like, oh yeah, like this guy, you know, I don't know why. So that's basically how it all started to crumble. The guy Adam got arrested because he was actually considered an accomplice. So he got arrested. My ex got arrested. My ex got like 6 to 8 years, I think, and this was back in 2020. And the other guy, he must be out of jail already. I don't know though. I think he was a user too, but just like a functioning, like he was like a white boy. He was cool. And then the nigga Mo, never seen him again. He's from the city, but I've never seen him again. Never even, not on social media, nothing. So a while went by. I ended up moving to Arizona and everything. My ex kept calling me. He came around and he apologized and said that he's a different person now. I know he's giving it up in there. He giving up booty. And that's none of my business. That's none of my business. There's a lot of niggas in there looking for fruit snacks. He giving it up. He didn't tell me he giving it up, but I know he giving it up. And there was so many other times where I'm like, how did I notice? Like, I didn't notice this. Like, he was weird around niggas. He was like always trying to like buck up. He wasn't homophobic, which is what really threw me, because he never said anything about. I think I even asked him one time like, oh, thought or gay, like, you know, stupid shit. And he was like, oh, like, as long as my children are healthy, like, I really don't care, blah blah. And I was like, damn, this nigga really not gay. Nope. Come out the closet. He's in the closet. And fast forward, I ended up telling his mom, because I'm like, oh, did you know that this happened to him when he was younger? And he told me exactly who that situation happened with. So I told his mom, and she was like, oh, like, she was on some shit like, that boy's always lying. And I'm like, for you to not even check, like, I don't know. He had a really tough upbringing. He was in and out of jail since he was like way younger. A lot of negative things happened to him. So I don't hold any anger in my heart towards the nigga, but it's just crazy how he really played. But I'm like way past it now. I'm 25, about to be 26 this year. I'm way past that situation, but I really enjoyed telling you guys because it feels almost therapeutic.
Brandy was never invited. That detail right there tells you everything. The moment you let someone join your birthday trip who wasn't even on the list, you already opened a door you didn't plan for. It wasn't even the birthday girl's call. Amber made that decision for her. And that's actually where the real problem starts. Not with Brandy, but with Amber. Because Brandy is who Brandy is. Everyone knew that going in. She stiffed the man who drove them across town, walked into a hotel like she didn't just do that, and then lost her mind over a FaceTime appearance. None of that is surprising when you already know someone is chaotic. The mistake was expecting a different Brandy to show up. But Amber, that one stings differently. Because you invited her. She's supposed to be your person on this trip, and when things got heated, she was nowhere. Then she reappeared, not to check on you, not to de-escalate, but to come at your best friend with accusations that didn't even make sense. That's not a friend who got caught up in the moment. That's a friend who chose a side, and it wasn't yours. On your birthday, they paid the driver. The birthday girl and her best friend stayed outside and did the right thing while the other two just walked away. Small moment, but it says a lot about character. And they got mocked for it. That's usually how it goes, though. The people who actually do right get looked at like they're the ones out of pocket. And then the B&B. The fact that Amber had the code and Brandy didn't, but Amber essentially handed Brandy access anyway, that's the moment the "she's just my friend" excuse runs out. You don't trash someone's space, go through their suitcase, pour soap on their clothes, and leave the water running unless you came there with real intention to hurt someone. That wasn't venting. That was calculated. Your birthday is not the place to give people second chances or the benefit of the doubt. Not Brandy, not Amber, not the situation. Some people show you who they are slowly over time, and some people show you all at once. This trip was a 2-day masterclass in the second kind. This why you don't go to Miami with anyone. I learned my lesson for sure. Now, the lady that said she almost got trapped by her boyfriend with a baby is crazy, but it's normal out her man will trap woman because they want a place to stay or keep her for himself. She is not playing around when it comes to her boundaries, and honestly, it shows. The way she just packed her bags mid-trip and left that man sitting in the hotel room alone. No argument, no second chances, no "let me hear you out in the morning." That kind of clarity about what you will and won't tolerate is something a lot of people spend years trying to build, and she just has it at 22. The sabotage protection thing is genuinely disturbing, and I think the bigger lesson there is that when someone tells you what they want and you keep brushing it off as a joke or flattery, you're ignoring a real signal. He told her repeatedly. She laughed it off, and then he actually acted on it. People will show you the lengths they'll go to. Believe them. The money thing kept coming up over and over, and that stuck with me. Every single one of these guys led with, I got money, like that was supposed to be the magic answer. And what she's really saying underneath all of that is that she knows her own value well enough to know that financial stability is the floor, not the ceiling. It's the bare minimum. It's not impressive. That's a level of self-awareness that a lot of younger women haven't arrived at yet. And then the ex who handed her his own kid and acted like it was his brother, and then had the nerve to blame her for it. That one says so much about how some people will rewrite history to avoid accountability. You were with me for years and you never gave me a child, so I went and had one with someone else and somehow that's your fault? That's a whole manipulation tactic dressed up as logic. The core thing she's saying the entire time is just, know what chapter you're in. She's not anti-kids, she's anti-rushing, and that difference matters a lot. And you have to respect that no matter what. When you know what you want, you are several steps ahead of the game. She was 19, living with a man, paying rent, driving him around, and genuinely had no idea her life was unraveling in like 4 different directions at once. That part hit different. One is that when someone keeps disappearing and you've already accepted he's probably at a girl's house as the explanation, you've already checked out of the relationship emotionally. You just haven't left yet. She said herself she didn't even care anymore by the end. That limbo space is where people get into trouble because you're present enough to be implicated, but detached enough to not be paying attention. And that's the dangerous zone nobody warns you about. It's not the dramatic blow-up relationships that get you. It's the slow fade where you're just coexisting with someone and calling it a relationship. Ignoring red flags because they don't fit the narrative you expect. She saw men's clothes in a closet and thought, oh, okay, his cousin's house. She heard, we're tying him up, and thought he meant a bag. Not because she was stupid, but because the truth was so far outside what she'd ever considered that her brain literally wouldn't go there. And that's actually a really human thing. We don't look for what we're not prepared to find. Our minds will bend reality into something familiar before they accept something completely left field. The brain protects you from information it doesn't have a file folder for yet. And can we talk about the ski mask being normal? Like she said he had a ski mask rolled up like a beanie, and that was just a Tuesday. That detail alone tells you everything about the environment she was navigating at 19 and how normalized certain things had become for her. When danger starts looking ordinary, that's when you're really in trouble because your alarm system has been slowly turned down so low you can't hear it anymore. The jail part. And this is the part people don't talk about enough. She didn't know her rights. Didn't know she could say no to getting in that car. Didn't know she could refuse to hand over her phone without a warrant. And that lack of knowledge cost her 5 years of her life on bail. 5 years. That's a whole chapter of your 20s living under a case, going to court over and over, appeals, new judges, COVID delays, all of it, because nobody taught her that you don't have to come with us was even an option. And the scary part is she's not alone in that. A lot of people, especially young people, especially in certain communities, don't know that compliance isn't always legally required. They took her phone right out of her hand because they could see she didn't know better. That's not just her story. That's a systemic thing, its own moment because it's so telling. This man robbed a 60-year-old man, broke his clavicle, tied him up, and left him on the floor. Not for thousands of dollars, not for some grand scheme, but because rent was coming up and his ego wouldn't let her pay it alone. He literally said, "What's that gonna look like? You paying rent by yourself?" And then chose armed home invasion as the alternative. The pride of a man who refuses to be provided for, but also refuses to provide, is one of the most dangerous combinations out there, and she was living inside of it. The DL element, and honestly, the most heartbreaking part isn't even the betrayal of the cheating. It's that she said point blank, "If you had just told me, we could have still been friends." She was that open. And he knew her well enough to know she probably would have been cool about it. But the shame and the image he'd built around himself, the gangster, the tough guy, the street dude, that was worth more to him than her peace of mind, her safety, or her freedom. He sacrificed her whole life on the altar of his own secret. She admits she doesn't actually know what she would have done if he'd been honest with her before it happened. That's the most mature thing in all 4 parts. Most people rewrite the story where they're the hero who would have done the right thing. She didn't do that. She sat in the discomfort of, "I genuinely don't know," and said it out loud. That's real growth. That's someone who's actually done the work of looking back honestly, instead of just looking back to feel better about themselves.